Hi, Larry Kruger with another session of Ask the Expert. Today I'm going to talk about a prediction I have that's going to happen in the relocation industry, and that's the formation of tribes becoming more and more prevalent, particularly in the household goods section of the service. The reason I'm saying that is that we all know that there's a real supply and demand issue in the moving piece, and if you don't know that, you've been living under a rock for a while. The really good corporate movers and the demand for that service is becoming more and more prevalent. There's a capacity issue in our industry, and there are a lot of really good players, but the demand on them is becoming increasing every year. It's very difficult to keep a good product going out there. So given that there is a big capacity issue, a big supply and demand issue, and you don't fix that, by the way, by adding more volume. It's no easier to drink out of a fire hydrant when you turn the pressure up. So all this volume stuff means nothing. We already have volumes that we can't manage. That's what capacity issues mean. So, if somebody's saying we're doing X amount of moves a year, so we get this, and the other thing, we're already stretched to the limit in most instances. So we have a very small supply and a great demand on the industry. We'll establish that. Now we're getting all these mergers and acquisitions happening. And when a merger happens, in a lot of cases, what happens when the smoke settles is they basically cull the supply chain. They start eliminating suppliers for personal reasons or political reasons, or because it's easier to manage a small group, and getting rid of some of these movers. When you get the big Serva-Cardis merger and acquisition, Serva already carries two brands, Allied and North America. Now, if you're sitting back and looking at that, one would think if they're an Allied agent that they would get a good portion of that Cardis business because they are the ones that indirectly purchased, Cardis. A van line is made up of the agents. The agents pay commissions into the van line. So the agents, if Serva has purchased Cardis, the Allied guys are going to say, hey, over here, send me some business. So you're going to have that kind of variable going on in the back of the minds of a lot of players. And now, this may not be coming through fruition because there's a lot of business to be managed there, but one would have to be a little naive to think that Serva is not going to take care of their own, where they get direct van line commissions back into the system before they take care of the United, the Atlas, and the Mayflowers of the world, et cetera, et cetera. Tribal. You start setting up these lines. What's going to happen then, in my opinion, are that movers are going to be standing back and say, hey, wait a minute. We have the trucks, we have the manpower, we have the equipment. Where are those assets best deployed for the best bang for my buck on a year-round basis? It's great to give us business in the summertime, but what happens in the off season? Do you revert to your core suppliers, or do we stay in the fold? At any rate, as a purchaser of these products, it's important for you to figure out who's riding for each brand. The moving industry isn't a homogenistic kind of ukulele playing choir. We're all competitive and we all have our own brands and agencies. So who do you have riding for me, Mr. and Mrs. RMC, and why are they riding for me? Why are they involved? Did you select them? Did you go to RFP? Do you have standards that they have to adhere to? Do you measure those standards? Are they just all part of a decision someone made either politically or personally inside your organization? It's important to know going forward. You want to have good providers, and there are good providers out there that are standing back and saying, what tribe am I going to belong to, or am I going to be my own tribe? There's a lot of drums beating out there. The movers are restless, and in a supply and demand situation that we're in, rest assured the movers are figuratively and literally in the driver's seat. And it's who you, as corporations or RMCs, aligning yourself with and which movers are going to be able to provide the services that your customers or a customer like you deserves. Think about that, hug a mover, talk to an agent, have yourself a wonderful 2020. We'll see how it goes. Thank you.